First, I'll focus on Genie, and I want to talk about procedure templates first. So the idea behind a procedure template, it is where you commonly do a procedure. It brings in the procedure name, it brings in item numbers, it brings in notes, and there's some other fields it brings in as well. What this means is there's less data entry for the same procedure. To create a procedure template, we first need to create a brand new procedure. I'm going to type in the name of the procedure, and I can click Add to Menu. The nice thing about adding this to the menu is it becomes permanently available through a drop-down menu that we can choose in the procedure window. I'm going to open up the same procedure window, and if I just remove the name of the procedure, here's this drop-down menu of items that have previously been added. Now, there's some other things that you might be doing every time you do this particular procedure. We can save you a lot of time by automatically bringing this into the template. So, for instance, the pre-operation and post-operation diagnoses, the indication, and any pre-op notes. I'm going to type in first on list as an example for this one. I'm going to go to the Quotes tab, and I'm going to insert an item number that is commonly used for this procedure. I'm going to next go to my operation notes, and you'll see I've already got some information pre-filled here, but you would type in what you commonly do for this procedure. We click Save Template, and we give this template a name. I'm going to show you next how procedure templates work. So if we book in a brand new procedure for a patient, from here, I'm going to click on the Load Template button at the bottom. I choose the template that I previously saved, and what you'll see is that the procedure name is there, pre-op notes are there, the item number is there, and the operation notes have all been pre-filled. So procedure templates, they are fantastic if you routinely do certain procedures and they routinely have the same item numbers, maybe the same operation notes, maybe the same pre-op notes. The next tool I want to show you are what we call custom forms. Custom forms are a tool that are built into Genie, and it reduces the need to handwrite any paper-based forms. Commonly for ONG practices, this might be hospital admission and consent forms, but really you could use it for any forms that are filled out by hand. You could upload this to Genie and automatically bring in the patient demographic and procedure information. I'll show you a quick example of how we can download a custom form from our servers. So in Genie, we first click the Special menu, and then we choose Software Updates. In the Forms tab, there are different categories of forms that we have. For instance, I'm going to click the arrow next to Admission Forms. We have a whole lot of hospital admission forms in this list. I click the arrow next to Admission Forms and go to Consent Forms. Again, we have built many consent forms and practices. If you want to look at a form, you tick it on the right-hand side, and you choose Import One Item at the bottom right. We choose Save. There are other categories of forms as well. For instance, there are PBS forms, rheumatology templates, depending on what you need. To use a form, we open up the Merge Letters screen, and here you'll see I've got the Greenslopes consent form. You will see that this patient's procedure and demographic information have been pre-filled onto the hospital paperwork. Nice thing about custom forms as well is that I want to point out there's a Save Copy and Clinical Record tick box at the top. If this is ticked, what it means is when you print out this form, it also saves a copy of this form into the patient's clinical file, meaning that it can be referred to, reprinted for any reason. So I strongly encourage practices to utilize the custom forms module, especially for hospital admission and consent forms. It will save you a lot of time for your bookings. Now, in my experience, obstetricians and gynecologists often prescribe a few medications. There's a tool built into Genie called Quick Scripts, and this is designed to quickly prescribe your most common medications along with their dose, frequency, and instructions. Now, Quick Scripts are located in this Quick Script drop-down menu over here. If we want to add a Quick Script to the menu, we first need to build it. So to do so, we click the plus button. And we're going to now search for the quick script we wish to create. So in this instance, I'm going to search for fluconazole. I double click on the variant that I want. Next, I put in my dose, my frequency, and any relevant instructions. Next, I click the Add to Quick Script button at the bottom. There is no prompt and it looks like nothing has happened. This is perfectly normal. If I cancel out of this window, next I choose that Quick Script drop-down menu. Here I have all my quick scripts and I'm going to choose fluconazole. You will see that fluconazole appears in the prescription area ready to be printed. What if you wanted to delete a quick script from your menu? You first click the quick script drop-down menu. If you're on Windows, you hold down the Alt key. If you're on a Mac, you hold down the Option key. Whilst you're holding down that key, you click once on the one you wish to delete. Let go of the key afterwards. If I now have a look at my quick script drop-down, I have deleted that quick script. So this is fantastic for your most commonly prescribed medications. Add them to your quick script list, and this means it'll save you a lot of time in the instance you need to do a prescription.